It was a Saturday afternoon, the kind that stretches lazily across the walls of a quiet house. My wife had taken the kids to a birthday party, and for once, the silence felt like a gift. I remember sitting on the couch, half watching a show I wasn't really paying attention to, when my phone rang. It was my brother. The moment I answered, I knew something was wrong. He wasn't speaking, he was sobbing. Deep, choking cries that made my chest tighten. "Please, just come," he managed to say. I didn't ask questions. I grabbed my keys and drove. The entire way there, my mind raced with possibilities, none of them good. But nothing prepared me for what I saw when I stepped into his apartment. She was on the floor, his fiancée, still, pale, unmoving. My brother was crouched beside her, shaking, his hands hovering over her body, as if he didn't know whether to touch her or run. When he looked at me, his face was drenched in tears, his eyes wide with terror. "We were arguing," he said, his voice cracking. "I just pushed her, and she fell. She hit her head, and she didn't get up." The room felt like it was closing in on me. My ears rang. I could barely breathe. But he kept crying, like a child, repeating that he didn't mean it, asking me what to do. And somehow, in that chaos, something inside me settled. I made a decision. "Listen to me," I said, grabbing his shoulders. "You're going to call the police. You'll tell them I did it. That I came here, saw you both arguing, tried to step in, and I pushed her by accident." He stared at me like I had lost my mind. "No," he said immediately. "No, I can't let you do that." "You can," I replied, "and you will." I told him then about my sickness of the cancer. Stage 4. Less than a year, the doctors had said. I hadn't told anyone, not even my wife. I couldn't bear the thought of them watching me fade away, counting down the days. "This way," I said quietly. "It means something. It buys you a future. It protects everyone." He broke down again, refusing, saying he would face whatever came. But I didn't let him. I reminded him of our parents, already old, already fragile. I reminded him of the company we had built together from nothing. "They can't lose us both," I said. "Promise me you'll take care of them. Take care of my wife. Make sure she and the kids are provided for." After a long, painful silence, he nodded. And that was the end of the life I knew. The trial was swift. My confession sealed it. I was sentenced to life imprisonment. My wife was shattered, confused, but she stood by me. My brother visited often at first, always with a heavy look in his eyes. He kept telling me everything would be okay, that he was honoring his promise. For a while, I believed him. But 3 months later, things began to change. His visits became less frequent. When he did come, he looked different. Tired, distracted. He told my wife that the company wasn't doing well, that money was tight. Rent became difficult. Bills piled up. My wife started working longer hours. Then 2 jobs. When she came to see me one day, she was barely holding herself together. Her eyes were red, her voice trembling. "They took the kids," she said. I felt the ground disappear beneath me. She explained that she couldn't keep up anymore. Work, the house, everything. Social services stepped in. Now she was fighting in court to get them back. "And your brother—" She hesitated, her face tightening. "He's been coming around, saying I shouldn't struggle alone, that maybe we should be together." Something inside me broke. All the sacrifices, all the pain. It had been for nothing. I looked at her then, really looked at her, and realized I had taken away her life without even giving her the truth. "I'm so sorry," I said. And then I told her everything. About that day. About the lie. About my brother's fiancé. About the cancer. About why I chose to do what I did. She sat there in silence as the truth unfolded, her expression shifting from confusion to disbelief to something deeper, something heavier. When I finished, there was a long pause. "You decided all of that? Without me?" she asked quietly. I had no answer. Tears rolled down her cheeks. but her voice was steady when she spoke again. You didn't protect us, she said. You abandoned us. Those words hurt more than the sentence, more than the diagnosis. For the first time since that day, I realized the full weight of what I had done. Not just the lie, but the choice to carry it alone. She stood up to leave, then stopped. I don't know if I can forgive you, she said, but I'm going to fight for our kids, with or without anyone else. My wife did get the kids back. She rebuilt her life piece by piece, stronger than I had ever seen her. In the weeks that followed, everything unraveled by my wife. My brother was eventually investigated. The pressure, the truth, it all came out. He confessed. I was released, my conviction overturned. But freedom didn't feel like freedom. The cancer was still there. The time I had left hadn't changed. My brother went to prison in my place. This time, it was truly his fate. In the end, I spent my remaining months not as a hero, not as a martyr, but as a man who finally understood that love isn't about sacrifice made in silence. It's about truth, no matter how hard it is.